Let us pray. Almighty God, we come to you this evening thankful for the many blessings that you've bestowed upon us. We're thankful for the beautiful weather that we've had these last couple of days. And we look around, it reminds us of your creation. We come to you this evening, Father, on behalf of our city, that you will be with all of us, through our elected officials, and grant us wisdom and understanding, and may we look to you for our decisions. Go with us as we go throughout this meeting. In Christ's name we ask. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, future dates of council will be June 18th, July 2nd, 16th, August the 6th, and 20th. Approval of council minutes, Ms. Cox.
Mayor, I have a completed yet. I'm going to be taking that.
Move to table the minutes for the next meeting. All in favor of the motion? All opposed? All right, first thing on our old business is, several months ago, we presented a Baker Engineering Standard Design Agreement, and we budgeted down. I have a lot of costs back to come, maybe explain it a little bit better. I don't think we have full understanding. First time, Laura.
My name is Laura Cox. I'm a Baker. What we had in front of you a few months ago was it's a standard agreement with our company. It's not a particular contract for any particular job. It's just an agreement that sets value to, for instance, here's an example. Got a trails grant to put trails around the lake not long ago, and AJ called and asked if we could help. They needed, as far as the plans go, they needed some typical sections on how you're going to handle the ADA compliance, get bridges, that kind of thing. Well, normally, rather than go out and contract for this, if you had an agreement with Baker, you could write what you wanted. Baker would say, okay, we think it'll take 12 hours, and it'll cost this amount of money. You send us an email, we send you an email back, the mayor signs it, or whoever deems possible sign it. Then all this would do is we would set up a tax number under this time and materials only. Like if we told you 12 hours, that's all we could bill to it. And that's only after an agreement. And that's just a what if. We still continue to do the same things we do for you under this agreement, like for instance help you with work on your grant application for you. This we don't charge any money for that, but if something should come up and you want us to do this work for you, this will be an easier way to do it because if you enter into this agreement, you know our hourly rate. We have a number set up, and if the mayor or whoever he designates says, okay, I want this done, it can be done in a timely manner. Say day or something like that, and more economically too, because when you send things out and people have to bid on them and compete and go up, the money behind all the effort for that is built into the fees that you charge. But this is just hourly rate, time and material. So that's what this agreement is. It is not. The agreement itself does not allow us as Baker to bill the city for anything. All this does, this is exactly the same agreement with the same language under which we did the engineering for you on the streetscape, and we're working now for you on the pool project. It's exactly the same contract language, no different there, but it sets up a framework that will allow us, allow the city and Baker to do little jobs and make them economical to do. Does anybody have any other questions that they ask me?
You guys have this agreement with the other towns?
Yes, we do. We have this agreement with Lydia. We've had this agreement 75 years. Once again, we are not allowed, this kind of agreement with Baker does not contractual agreement that would allow us to begin billing you. Our own company would not allow us to do that unless we had a piece, at least a paragraph or two from you guys what you wanted, and we told you you have to set a tax number. We would get an overall number, and we would have to set up a tax number for every little project that you choose to give to us. And we worked successfully with Winfield with the same agreement for almost 5 years now.
It does not exclude us from going to any other?
No, it does not, absolutely not. And this is for small contracts, and I would say for the bigger things, you need to follow whatever, these are, I don't want to give you an amount, but, where, for instance, when that one grant, the whole grant was $25,000, so imagine if you needed engineering help on it, it would only be a couple $1,000. How do you, when you go out and try and contract that in another way, it's kind of difficult, and this is for small scale things, and this is legal. Oh, yes. This is legal, it's not trying to circumvent the bid process.
I would just want to say that the only thing you need to keep in mind is the bid process on certain projects over an amount to make sure that we follow our ordinance in doing so. That's the only thing to keep in mind. The balance.
Of course, Johnny checked this, and the state was in, of course, Baker, we don't have to stick, we can bid out each of you guys, but, Baker put together our master plan, and part of the bidding process, and the whole process, with the bill was involved, and the legal was involved in it, that took many months. Anything that was set in that master plan, they can do the work without bidding it out. Now, well, that's all why I think a lot of it is just a matter of the project, pretty much. So, this just makes things much simpler. Not one penny is spent, you got to approve it. And if we want to make a motion, the council has to approve it, we can do that. What's happening is we're getting into a lot of these smaller projects, like the trail at the lake, and we're constantly calling to come over and do some work. And we're asking basically to do it free. Well, they can't do that. They can't do it, so.
How much an amendment?
Under our ordinance, it's $1,000. Yes. Now, let me say, if it's under the master agreement, it's already been, bid out, and they've won that bid. If it's done under that, you don't have to bid it out again.
He's talking about a master agreement. What is that? I'm not saying that. I don't know what it is.
That was done in the last council. It has to do with the street state program. I have to talk to my office on this.
It's a 20-year plan for the city. And we put together 3-4 years ago. Have you seen that agreement, Johnny?
I have not.
Okay. We're going to get Johnny look at that. I want y'all to understand that. Thank you very much. You guys can consider whether we should enter into this agreement or not. I think all of you all have received a copy of it. If you need another copy, let me know, and I'll get you a copy of it. All right, so we won't take any action on it.
Yeah, we don't have.
Yeah, just right on top of that. Still Johnny on board. They'll get Johnny a chance to do it. And then, we need to go next week. So, thank you, I appreciate it. All right, next item on the agenda is the Nitro Elementary School sign. I'll talk to you about my company already. Steve Long? Steve Long. Steve? No. All right, well, you need to, you're going to have the members just, oh, okay. Okay, I have a handout of some site conditions and information for the project, but before getting into the details, I'd like to quickly introduce myself. My name is Steve Boggs. I'm a civil engineer and registered professional engineer, and I have 2 kids that attend Nitro Elementary School. As you heard at your last council meeting, Nitro Elementary is wanting to put up a new marquee in front of the school. The existing one is over 20 years old, beginning to rot and fall apart, and they'd like to replace that with a more up-to-date sign, something that looks good and improves the school property. School volunteers, they raised the money to replace the sign and hope to have it installed prior to the school year. I recently met with AJ and Ron, a couple of city guys at the school, and discussed some of the site specifics for the new marquee. And I was informed that the existing sign does not meet current City of Nitro zoning regulations, as it's deemed to be within the tract visibility zone. I'm here today to request a variance for the sign replacement. And engineers always got handouts, so I'm going to give you a little bit of detail on this one. The top one kind of just shows the existing site. On it, you can see Nitro Elementary, the streets are on there, the 2nd Avenue, the 19th Street. In blue shows the existing sign, and additionally, that site angle is also shown in there. It's shown in purple. If you look to the right side up there, that shows a view as you were standing in front of the sign, looking towards it to show you there's the school back behind it. Just to show you a view of what that would look like. And the bottom part is kind of the proposed sign location. Basically, what we'd like to do is essentially put it more or less in the same spot. We would be holding the edge closest to the street, and the proposed sign is about 3 feet wide. We basically take that towards, away from the street. And there's another detail there that shows the existing sign and the proposed sign, how those are a little bit different, and a sketch of something like what the sign would look like. So, that's some of the information. Some of the reasons that we think this request is logical would be, one, the existing sign is approximately 10.5 feet from the edge of 2nd Avenue. At that intersection, if you look right across the street, the hen house is just like a couple feet off the edge of the pavement. And also, further up 2nd Avenue, there's a lot of houses that are even closer than the sign. So, its offset seems adequate for the site. Two, the school has a crossing attendant at the school during start and end of school hours. Three, the existing sign received a variance previously and has been in place for over 20 years. And just, everybody knows we're replacing the sign. There hasn't been anybody express any concern to us about the sign being an existing problem. Mr. Pack's not aware of any problem associated with its existing location. So, and lastly, that 2nd Avenue 19th Street intersection, that's a 4-way stop control intersection. So, basically very low speeds at the site. So, those make that view angle be better because you're coming with such low speeds and so close to the intersection. So, that's a quick summary of the project, and I'd be happy to take any questions or comments.
I got one. Did you take this before the planning committee? Look at this in the planning committee.
Yes, I did. I mean, basically, Ron, whenever I discussed it with Ron kind of skipped a step here just because he said, what would happen is if he's trying to save me from having to go talk to this group and go talk to that group and talk to this group. He essentially said that he couldn't approve it, the council would have to approve it.
It would go to the board of zoning appeal. Well, and then the board would only recommend to council whether to allow, or that would be the recommendation. I don't know if we can look at it, but I got that.
We didn't want to keep looking at the way a few weeks to take.
Well, yeah, it would. And the reason why is we need to place the order this time as soon as possible to get it in place before school opens. The existing time takes, from the time we order, it's going to take 6 weeks for them to manufacture the sign. And what that would do is put us in the middle of July. At that point, school will essentially start August 1st, August the 8th. And that's assuming we kind of order next week. So any pushing out you do from that point, it'd be nice to have it up, you know, a couple weeks before school started.
Well, I like to go through the committee and back it up.
The board of study itself, it's just not a matter of, you know, recommending, it's also advertised, in legal notices. There's more to it than just.
John, when did y'all have a meeting on this? When did you guys have a meeting on this?
EPA also.
The board of zoning should not see the same.
And, I mean, and I don't understand all the different things. I mean, we just put a prayer ball over here in the churchyard, and I just had Ron come over and give me permission to build it. I didn't have to go to zoning board or anything.
Well, you didn't have to, you didn't have to go there.
Yeah, he measured it, marked it, and showed me where it had to go.
They turn these people down.
If it's still within the code, you didn't ask for an exception.
You know, there's the sign, within the middle, within the, and that is an area that's.
And every building on these streets are.
And they weren't still according to code.
They're already adjusted to their ground floor in. But a new one is not very far.
Well, I've come along here before, the school bus sitting there on Second Avenue, and I had been trouble seeing. Yeah, that's pretty much. I'm creeping anyway, because there's school bus.
I realize that.
That's the point. I think our attorney has told us that we can circumvent the legal notices.
It's obviously a very good cause, and I think everybody wants to do everything to help, but we do have the ordinances and the rules, and they do have to be followed. I think certain steps could be made to obviously try to speed up the process for you, but those initial steps do have to be taken first.
I guess Ronnie, reasoning was, we're going to decide anyway. Even wherever we get from the zoning board, we're going to decide whether to accept or not accept their recommendation. That was Ronnie's reason, that's what he told me that. That's what he told me about taking the step, because the people are in such a rush.
Mayor, I don't know off the top of my head if there's some kind of emergency exception or anything of that nature. I could try to take a look at it shortly, but it doesn't help me tonight on the situation.
We'll be able to make a motion, dependent upon the recommendation of the zoning board of appeals. So we say that it's okay for them to proceed with this, and they can approval from the zoning board.
No,
Right, that's that. Can we make a motion to accept it pending their approval, those organizations' approval? That way, at least, they wouldn't have to wait some period of time for us to get back on the agenda and then have that meeting.
They already voted and the council voted on that in that area. Didn't they do something new on that point that we did something already voted to allow the variance for the school?
We haven't ordered this. You have the money to place any liquor, not I already ordered one a lot, I have the money in play. Yeah, and part of that, because on our timeline, this is my fault, I did not know that I had to come back to say, now can I put my sign there, I've raised all this money, I've met the whole town, all of you. So, now I need permission to put my sign there, so I said, look, okay, so my brother's an engineer, our whole family's involved with this sign, so he worked on it for me. But part of it is we want the sign to work the first day of school. But also from a liability standpoint, that sign has electric going to it. It has to be pulled from the ground, and I didn't even know there was a huge hole there. So I want all this stuff done before you have a bunch of 5-year-olds walking in the building on the first day of school, because to me it's a huge liability. Anything in here. But I guess what's the process to fast track it? Because we already are on, 6 weeks to order it, and then we've got all kinds of in-kind donations where there's someone pulling it up, someone doing masonry work, You know what I'm saying?
You're wanting to get from each year and put them while the signs are ordered.
Yes, that is my plan. Yeah, it could have done to me that time when I was on. But I've never seen it there for a while longer.
Well, that one, they heard that was covered.
I would think that we should at least vote if the committee, if those boards approve the plan, I've stated that we can go ahead and vote to accept that. I mean, we can't approve it ourselves, but
The Board of Zoning Appeals requires a class 2 legal notice.
Okay.
It has to run in 2 newspapers, every 2 weeks. It has to run once and then 2 weeks later again. We need a 5-day lead time to get a legal ad in the newspaper, so 5 and then 2 weeks. Then you have the Board of Zoning Appeals. That's a very quick meeting to make changes to recommend a variance or not. And then council ultimately makes, and you're asking that we vote in advance, something that has.
Well, I mean, that's assuming that you're rejected. You have to do the appeals board, right?
And that is the Board of Zoning Appeals. They make a recommendation. That's where they'll go.
And then if it's rejected,
We still have to accept the recommendation.
But that just depends on 2 or 3 weeks further behind.
Speaking of liability, if we don't follow the steps, and then we just correct there, we eventually have the same responsibility. That's my point. I'm not trying to put a roadblock, I'm just thinking that I need to do the right thing.
Well, I mean, I understand that too.
And I know your day is when school starts. We were changing shit about one thing. I'm sorry. And you know, had I known this, or we knew this, we could have already started running the ad that had to get killed.
So what is the time frame that we can do?
5 days we have the ad in. 5 days from tomorrow, 5 business days. And then we run 2 consecutive days.
They're looking at the first council meeting in July.
before they can put the sign.
Right, before we can approve.
Well, actually, they can put it aside.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing, when we order a $12,000 fine, I mean, part of me does wonder what would happen if I just had it in. Oh, what are we gonna pull my God?
I mean, we have to plan B if it, we could put it somewhere else.
Well, that's actually,
I mean,
I've been wondering about that, because when you look at that corner, it's very small. You have to have electric there.
Yeah.
We've raised a considerable amount of money. I don't want to have to go and raise any more money.
Yeah.
To move electric lines, like, it gets very complicated. And the only, like, if you move it up higher, well, if you're in your car, you don't need to find it.
And like Councilman Wall said, it very well be planned, but we can't.
And if you move it further down, if you're coming to this community to look at the elementary school, you don't really ride in the side street.
Or like our lives there, the edges almost cover there, it's really hard to see sometimes.
It's,
You can understand the frustration. The one that makes the sign what the sign is. And now they're having to go through all this.
Well, and what's name? You say the sign is going to be in the same exact location, or the dimensions going to be within where the sign is now, or is it going to extend out closer to the road, or?
He said it was wide, but it's going to be 3 feet closer.
3 feet
Away from the road.
3 feet further or away from the road?
Basically, right where the corner of the sign is now.
And all those things are true. It's low traffic, four-way stop.
and if the sign is going exactly where it is, but I'm thinking you're back away from the road, it doesn't change the price at all.
I think we would all vote for it right now, but we have to go through the,
Okay, just two more. I read the requirement, and it says county is, county, state, basically those things are exempt from your authorization. However, this site distance issue is one of the requirements that you have to hit. So that's why I'm coming here and questioning for a variance for this sight line.
time is fine. Well, at the same time, next one, I thought that's what we needed, the site line variance, and we're good. Secondly, look, I might look around and maybe it'd be nice if like those guys do like this too.
Yeah.
I know you guys are working hard to get in here with me, I understand that.
I just wanted to say, since he just stated the variance wasn't closer to the road, it's further towards the school, since the edge of the sign is going to be where the existing sign is, there's not really going to be an issue, the further distance on the other side to the school. But this council could really probably consider the original vote to allow the original variance for the sign, since you're not encroaching upon the roadway.
I don't know if there was a variance.
I believe the variance, somebody said there was
It was 20 years ago.
I was on the committee, I don't know.
All right, let's do this. Johnny, check that tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll get with you guys. I think we're all for this. We contribute $4,000 to it. We're all for it. We just we gotta make sure we got a base covered. We're all behind you guys, 1,000% on this. That's Johnny check on that tomorrow. I'm going to have Ronnie check at the same time, see if there was an original variance on the first time. That's not been there.
I'm not aware of what that you said about the county doesn't have to adhere to our, is that what you were saying?
Yeah, any regulation that says the county, city, and state are exempt from the sign regulation voting ordinance that you have. But you still got to meet the site angle, but after that, the building has to be outside the view shed.
I drove down there. Before the council, I drove down there. The view's not going to be blocked. The view's fine. Even before you get to the crosswalk, you'll be able to see, still be able to see clear up to City Hall. It's just we got to make sure we got all those back to the road.
Let the lawyer check it. We'll do it. Look at my perspective.
Well, we can prove it if he says it's okay.
Yeah.
The motion is, the lawyer says it's okay to proceed with this. And they all say everything.
Oh, thank you. You're so weird with that. Did you get that report? I didn't even know they were putting it on somewhere. And it's going to look great.
Have him check over there. Keep it good side. The motion.
So,
We will allow it. If the lawyer says, okay, we can do it legally, it's done.
Right, second one. Okay, let's 10 days to allow our lawyer to review this, and if he says it's okay, then we'll proceed. We will allow him to go ahead and sign up, using the original variance. Read a second. Any questions or discussion on that? All in favor? All opposed? Now, if he can't do it, will you know, John?
Tomorrow afternoon.
You'll let me know tomorrow afternoon. If he cannot do it, then we'll get the money over on it immediately and get that ball rolling. And hopefully it won't hold you guys up. We just got to make sure we do it right. Now, I'll tell you one other reason we got to make sure we do it right. We basically opened the door up for anybody that wants to do anything to bypass our zoning. And it comes straight to council. And we can get into that. Well, you're right. So, motion passed, and we'll have something more afternoon, guys. Next item on the agenda is donation of the DuPont Avenue by Sam Simpson. Donation of the DuPont Avenue property to McKinney. Asked our attorney to draft up his agreement. The owner of the property has agreed, and we just need to make a motion to accept this agreement, and the property will become ours. In the agreement, It's that our property stays the same, it's the legal fact of the property, I can talk about the property.
That's okay, and then for the rate, we'll include the rate.
Right. And that takes me on to that is used for recreational area, too, I'm talking over here. It is a snow.
I haven't seen it in a couple of weeks, Mayor, I apologize.
To be used as a park, green space, or dog park.
Okay, yeah.
Stipulated for
This is the same area we have four engineers on the study for us on our swamp area. So, if all that comes to fruition, whatever it was, fruition, all that comes to fruition, then we'll have that nice piece of property there, we can probably do something with it. So I here take a motion to accept this agreement. Just made a motion, and Bill seconds to accept this agreement with Sam Simpson for the deed of the property, lots 14 through 20, 21, 22, and 23, price subsection in district under the municipality. Bill, just run that. Any questions or comments? All in favor of the motion? All opposed?
Just lay ready.
All right, next item on the agenda is pavilion roof bids. I told you guys I would bring these bids that we looked at for the plank. I think, Ivan, you went and got all these, all these redone. Lowe's came in with the lowest bid, so we have approved the expense of almost $3,300, up to just 5% discount on that. Just the pavilion, which looks like it's being a farm. That's that. All right, the next item on the agenda is the appointment to the planning commission. I'm going to give you guys a call on the name Ray. Yep, this one. Oh, I missed one. I'm going to holler. Okay, the recommendation committee to study Clinton building, we all met, had another very lively discussion for several hours about how we could use the Clinton building. And the committee is recommending to council that we put an ad in the paper for sell the building or for rent of the building. And to see if we get anybody to get one. If we don't, then we'll go from there. So that is a recommendation of the committee, and I would entertain it. You guys really have entertained a motion on that. This one is, put the ad in the paper to sell or rent the building.
If we rent, we have renovations.
Yeah.
We don't have three as parking?
Yeah, the pipe is almost at the fire code. Pipe line said all we got to do is put a door in between the two units. Now, for what he was going to use it for, it was required on what the previous, Mr. Christmas was using it for, it required all that. So what he was going to use it for. So what he was going to use it for. Now, so maybe they come in there and have to do that too, but of course that all would be up front. Somebody make a motion. Al made a motion to accept the recommendation of the committee to put an ad out, to put in the paper for the bank purchase the building for the Christmas. What's your ad? It is. Where are they going to put it right now? We'll let them come in and look at it and see what's for it. I have talked to him. Yeah, he's not in there.
So, are there any stipulations in that donation that would prevent us from doing it?
In these types of agreements, in these types of lease agreements, somebody does agree to lease, they are responsible for fixing it the way they want it. They're responsible for the taxes, and they're responsible. John said the city was responsible for having to pay taxes on that. They would be responsible for the taxes and for the insurance, and triple that lease. Yeah.
Yeah, you're supposed to do the trip on that lease.
Any more questions or comments on the motion? All in favor of the motion? All opposed? Yes, yes. All right, now, we'll get to the, appointment to the planning commission. I gave you all the resignation of Paula Gray. She was in Ronnie's office. I was very impressed with her. Ronnie asked if she be filled at the planning commission, so I need to take a motion to guys accept the appointment for Renee Gray to be added to the planning commission. Is there any questions or comments?
Yeah, I talked with Ms. Gray at the last planning commission meeting, and was rather impressed with her ability. She's very knowledgeable. She has written documents relating to planning. She provided information that would be applicable to the comprehensive plan the planning commission is currently working on. She seems very energetic, very well spoken, and my view is she should definitely be added to the planning commission. She was willing, and she said she would.
That's going ahead. We got planning, that's why we should do that procedure. Any other questions or comments? All in favor of the motion? All opposed? Okay. Next item, what I'm handing out now is the bid for replacement of the roofs at the lake for shelters 1, 2, and 3. These are the same things I would sent back to the same people that did on the roof at the park. And Rose is going to run it with Rose Hill. Is that correct, Don? Yes. But the bid that you see was also does not include a 5% discount with you. Is that correct? Right. So you get another 5% off from there. What was the other cost in this? Remember, John, we looked at it. $1,900. You got something to add there, John? $1,765. 1,038. What was the first one? 1,765. 1,038. Those are two numbers? Should be three numbers. Well, I said here.
1 and 2 are together. One is by itself and 2 and 3 are together.
1803? Yeah. What?
And 5% less than that.
Yeah, we're uniforming all the roofs tonight. When we put the brown down roof, like we put in Shelby Field, those roofs are there, leaking, folks, we don't do it. We're going to pay a lot bigger price to work down the road. We're paying both these for the hotel, like, both, the Vivian and this one. Okay. That's what we need a motion on. Go ahead and accept those bids for replacing the roofs at shelters 1, 2, and 3 for a cost of, how much more than $2,803? $2,803. That will cover the cost of replacing the roofs at shelter 1, 2, and 3.
That was
Yeah, that's $965. Correct. Yes. And our money will come from the hotel motel. Correct. I'll take the motion, Andy is second. You have accepted it below, and purchase, and that's like the one from purchase of the roof.
Then we'll get all for, we'll get all for this roof done now.
Yeah. All four be done. Any questions or comments on the motion? All in favor of the motion? All opposed? All right. Police department report.
Yes, Mayor, we met today at 2 o'clock for about just under 2 hours, and we discussed the fire department policy manual. We've been going through the manual the past 2 or 3 months now and trying to update the old one that we had that was passed back in 1983, I think. So it's time for an update. And We made a lot of progress today, but we're still not ready to present that to council. We're tentatively hoping to present that to council at the first meeting in July, if we can get all the corrections made. And, John has some corrections, and Jeff has some corrections, and Jeff just like to just round out a couple different things. So hopefully, we'll have that present for approval first meeting in July. Also, under the Police and Fire Committee report, I'd like to make a motion that Donna Hall be added to the Police and Fire Committee. We have 3 council people who are currently on the committee, and traditionally that committee has been made up of 3 council people and 2 citizens. So I'd like to make a motion that Donna Hall be added.
I think you have to wait to the next meeting to put that on the agenda. My apologies.
My question, Danny, you got anything else?
That's it.
I appreciate all your work. That manual is long overdue. It's had a lot of people working on it. Our NDA report, Amy.
I really don't have anything to report. I'd just like to make a motion that the minutes from the NDA meeting of May 14th and April 9th be made a part of the council record.
What was that again?
May 14th and April 9th.
Danny made a motion that May 13th and April 9th, meeting minutes of the NDA be made part of council meeting minutes. Do we have a second on that?
I'll second.
You'll second it. Any questions or comments on the motion? All in favor of the motion? Anything else?
That's it.
All right. I'm going to make one quick little speech here, you guys, before we get to this next item. A few years ago, we sat down and said the many months, I say years, we put this massive thing together. And one of the things we want to do is make the lake a focal point. I've been focal 2 to 3 years. I don't know, it hasn't even been 3 years. Since the completion of that plan, we have applied for and received a grant to upgrade Shelter 4. That includes concrete work. We put a new roof on it. We put paved parking beside it. That made it handicap accessible. Put a new roof on it. We painted it. We put new drainage in. We have a playground that's going in now. A playground that's already been purchased, and they're building it now. And we have new bathrooms going in. Last Friday, after 6 months, I finally got the approval from the federal government to use that grant money to put the dog park in. So the dog park fence will go in next week. We put the gazebo in, and we've added more seats. We have entered into a stocking agreement with the DNR that just guarantees the lake will be stocked on a regular basis. We've allowed a vendor to sell bait at the park. And not only does he sell bait, he also collects a little fund himself for stocking. And last week he stocked 45 3 to 4 pound largemouth bass. We've applied for and have received a trails grant that will allow us to put a trail at the base of the dam all the way around, put us into our trail on the mountain. We'll go all the way back around the lake. In that trail will be 2 little trails that come off with 2 new fishing docks built on the mountainside. I would assume that money can come in any time. That's why we sit with Baker and start at the plans up there. They've got to do some a little bit of work in that. We're in the process of hiring a new employee. His main responsibility will be keep that lake and the little bit of areas that we've done out here landscaping areas. That'll be his primary responsibility. I met with Terragon today. Yeah, he's a handicap doctor. I forgot that one. Yeah, that one. He's built that new dock, handicap accessible. I met with Terragon today to discuss that settlement pond where the pipes broke, because that's all the mud in the lake, which is the primary reason the lake staying muddy. I'm going to work with them and see what we can do about getting that fixed. We've applied for a grant to pave that lower parking lot down there in front of the seat, the gazebo. The NDA has approved the expenditure of about $30,000 in that right ending for the design of a campus area is made. But that's not our greatest accomplishment. What our greatest accomplishment is what you're getting ready to hear. So, that's why the agenda is the Parks and Recreation report and development.
Well, there's really nothing else to add besides that Chris Moran has put together a presentation about the vote, and we're going to have a Parks and Rec meeting at 4 p.m. on Friday. And I'll hand it over to Chris.
I've been Chris Moran, I've been in this town for 38 years. So I worked for the federal government, transferred all over the world. So I like you to migrate my residency. I love this place. I got to know to play ball with you and think about the world. I've had opportunities to fish all over the place, out west, down south, foreign land. The upcoming trend is non-motorized vessels. When I say vessels, by code, it covers jumbos, it covers canoes, and it covers kayaks. When I say kayaks, there's a common misunderstanding here. You make sure we understand. Kayaks are smooth water kayaks. They are not swift water kayaks. The difference is it's a curve from the bottom. Okay? Most canoes and swift water are 28 inches. If they turn over even. Okay? Smooth water, flat water kayaks are at least 31 inches in diameter. If you turn one of those over, tell me I can test them. My brother, Western Kayak Association, we've all tested them. Turn them over. I'm going to touch this. So, I come forward to the mayor 4 or 5 months ago and said, look, I'm hearing this commercial about how Lycra has this ultimate way. It's got opportunities that are endless. Why not let us bring in a kayak dealer touring series to ride now? I'd rather prove to the Bass Association. We try to get the passed to you guys. I understand the legislation passed off this morning. Take effect July 1. And as far as the rules and regulations, they're very minuscule. Look for the second page. That's why I have a handout I've given you. I'll go over some of these. Now these rules and laws cover our U.S. Coast Guard Association. And also Chapter 20 is what's in the boat regulations and laws. These are the very minimal, but you can always add to, but you cannot take it away from. Okay? Example B, Chapter 20, Section 3, Person 17 regulations. All personnel exit in that ship. Okay, it doesn't matter. Right? Now, it's probably going to be cool, it's probably concerned about who's going to sweep these things. Same thing with fishing and hunting. You're going to see guys on the road. You're taking that chance when you go in that water and being our number safety. Right? You're going to see guys speeding 25 and going through, you're getting a chance getting caught. That's the same concept with the divers. We don't know about completing these rules and regulations. You know already talked to them. They know what's here and take place. They already signed off on their deal for it too. Alright, now we'll move on. Chapter 20, Section 6, application title for number. Non-motorized vessels do not have to have a title as long as they are under 16 foot. Okay, so we don't have to worry about none of that stuff. But we have implemented, or trying to implement a way for the city manager to make money. We're going to see on the back pack I'm giving you where an example would be for myself. Like there's no residency, I will pay $50 a year for unlimited pass. And money was for the stocking fee right now there, stocking fee, take care of the labor, put out there, I'm on the back I go use my kayak anytime I want to fish up there. Okay, and we've also done created a $3 or $5 a day fee also to take place with that. Going on to Chapter 20, item number 14, restricted areas. No person may operate a vessel within 20 feet of person fishing. Now, that's been concerned. I've seen it on Facebook. I've seen all the forums. People typing in there. If I'm fishing, I'm looking people on boats coming up following me. Listen, I have fish all over the world. I have fish all over the place. People that will be doing this stuff, people shouldn't got there to begin with because they don't know the rules and regulations of fishing and hunting. In Chapter 20, item 14, what you code it tells you, me as a boater on a kayak, on the rod vessel, I cannot come within 20 foot of you fishing on your bank unless I have permission to cross the boat. Okay? The repercussions for that, we talked to Joe, Joe's on the front, Michael's going out there, being the front there, be off the way, you're out here. Okay? Nothing to handle these guys, I'm just be taking care of it on the spot. So that item's taken care of as far as the crossing and turning out of fishing. Required equipment, life vests, type 1, 2, or 3. Okay? And they have to be U.S. Coast Guard approved. Even though people like myself have our own, but they must be serviceable items and stamp U.S. Coast Guard approved. Nothing else acceptable. Okay? Section 10, drinking glass. This is an option. I recommend it because I have been out on big bodies of water where I can't see land in my cab. I know, by our 27 acres, we see plenty of yellow and yellow crosses, but I recommend, Mayor, like me up for this, with all Class 8, Class 1 vessels, John boats, smooth water kayaks, and canoes must have a signaling device consist of a whistle or an air horn. I recommend a whistle. It's easy, you can attach to the life vest. If they're out there, they use their board, trust me, have it. My kids done it before. Drop the board in water, 2 seconds burst. It's like whistle has to be, and you have to be able to hear it up to your mouth. Okay? 2 seconds burst. Blow the whistle, all over. Something's going on there, this person can breath, and you tell me to do it. Okay, that's one of the laws that we're recommend. Chapter 20, Section 12, prohibited operation. No person may operate a vessel in reckless and negligent manner so as to endanger life, limb, or property. So, kids want to be out there, back banging around, tearing up the dock, what have you, so on and so forth. No person shall operate any vessel by under the influence of alcohol or controlled substance or drugs, under combined influence of alcohol or any controlled substance or any other drug, while having alcohol concentration in its blood, alcohol of 0.1% or more by weight of their body weight. Basically, in a nutshell, BWI is just BWI. Okay? You may well make that. Turn to the next page. The personnel shall operate a vessel at any time, the hours of 1/2 before sunset and 1/2 after sunrise. They give their day enough time to get off that water, 27 acres, to get off the water before the sun goes down. Yes, in a nutshell, I'm saying, you're not going to use your vessels when the sun is down. It's only while the sun is up. And Section K, all personnel shall operate the vessel in a reasonable, prudent manner at all times. Maneuvers which unreasonably and unnecessarily endanger life, limb, and property shall continue regularly operation of the vessel and will be removed by their lake. So talk to them again. Third game. How you operate these vessels. It's basically a nutshell. You're not going to be able to turn whatever. I will bring mine out there. I'll invite every council member to come out there. I'll bring mine. I'll bring more than one out there unless you try them. If you can turn it over, they'll come get you. I'm telling you. I'm 200 pounds. My kayak is 12 foot long, 31 inches down. I stand up on a fish. I have been down Class 1 rapids. I have been, I don't know if you, on Facebook, you see 14 degrees. We've been all run. We've been balls breaking swings and fighting to get out here and see some fish. So just keep in mind when you visit this term kayak, it's smooth water flat water. It is not the 5-foot split water that you use in the middle of the okay. All right, also I recommend there's a sign place right by now. I know with the government, we got a place for every 75 foot. City government, I'm not sure, so look into that. But I recommend, as you see up in the paper, it says caution type 1, 2, or 3 personal flotation devices must be worn at all times while aboard a vessel. The city of Nitro assumes no liability to any one person or persons, the reason I said person, for simplified for a jumbo, canoe, or a tandem kayak, and two. That person may become injured, death, or become injured or death, coming from utilizing non-motorized vessel within 5-hour lake operated or risk. That's the type of sign I recommend that you put out. Everyone y'all decided. Got front foot, up on the island, one on what we deem as the boat ramp. And also severe weather. Severe weather come in, I recommend that we have an air horn installed. It's $1 for it. 2 blasts air horn, get off the water. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's thunderstorm or rain. That will cover the severe weather aspect of it. Joe agrees to take care of all the stuff out there. So let them do it. Also recommended that there's something he'll do on the right there, an entrance sign right there. Once you guys in the pettigrew, that's supposed to like this area, just currently got this taken care of, just Curry said he's willing to come out and work with it. It's an 8-acre lake, so can't say the lake is big enough. They have 8-acre lake, I'm telling you, about any day of the big time, they can tie people out there canoeing, kayaking, and fishing. They just have a good family time. So the sign up, just pick the deal right there. I recommend get lost Eagle Scout opportunity for somebody. Like those little barriers, the sign is put up, says that Fishing allowed, fishing license required. No motorized vessels to include trolling motors. I know I've already been asked, hey, trolling motors, are they allowed? I'm like, no, they're not allowed. Okay, everything's like system. No swimming, no alcohol, drugs, need no trace of litter. Okay, and those buses are with any packing, we pick up. If I'm out on the body of water, I'll pick it up. I carry a trash bag with me, it seems like me, I tie it off, I take it with me. So we would hope your wake up. We can get to your liability when that wake up. And I say we, I say everybody that I'm telling you, this credit is taken off from out west and down south. Just in Kentucky, last week, they had 700 kayak fishing tournaments, people in the fishing tournament, 30 months ahead. Okay? That's a lot of money. I'm telling you, we can bring that here. I've got it ready to go. I have to prove to everybody else to do this. Also, I've talked about the tri-state racing. They're looking to do some triathlon. Switching the triathlon from swimming to yachting, like they do at Kennedy Charleston. They want to do the run, the ride, and the bike, and come right there, get on the yacht, do a couple laps on the thing, back out. Great shot and stuff, and there's some. Okay. Also, when that's time for us to remove all litter, and canoes and jumbo tags allowed. The reason we don't put that on there is because it doesn't cause any problems. That's my recommendation when it comes to riding our lake up here. Now, also, I'd like to see an area. We don't have to know, and there's nothing special. We refer to it as a boat slip or a boat ramp. You think from out plastic, all we got to do is have a little area, and it's already there. It's like you're next to the old pier, the gravel we set in it, and you just scoop, you'll be right in the water. It doesn't have to have no special concrete, it doesn't have to have no special rock. It's a small little sign that says, boat launch here. And that will keep the fishermen out of that area. We'll be getting a problem also with 20 vessels. We're coming in, we're going out. They can't stand me and my fellow officers walking my ramp coming in. Is there any questions so far?
I just got a couple things to say. Several months ago, I was approached by Chris, and we've been meeting on a regular basis with a small group of us to put all this stuff together. Last night, CDD approved $1,500 for the purchase of a kayak and a canoe. What we're going to take this to recreation committee and recommend it back to council. What is being recommended here is that we allow boats in play. If a person brings his own boat, he's going to pay a fee that we will set. We got a fee structure. I don't know if you got it in here. We got a fee structure set up. The old time, and don't be able to use their boat on the lake for that day. So they have to have a special license. You can buy a year's pass. If you want to use a boat for a year, you can buy a year's pass. If somebody wants to lease the kayak or the canoe, it will be $10 an hour. Now I'm going to tell you something, folks. Don't say rent. There's no doubt in my mind. What this committee has, and we set up here, is we want to be able to take the money from those leases, put it into a special city account, and goes back to the lake. Any of these vehicles that's on out there goes back to the lake. Goes into the special account. That's what's going to be recommended to the recreation committee on Friday. Say Friday would be. What's happening is people are starting to see a lot of these things getting done at the lake, and now they're starting to want to take ownership of the lake. That's what Chris is doing, what James is doing. Brad's involved in it. We're looking at everything we can to make the lake a nicer place. Make it more, where more people can come and use it. Allowing boats out there is just going to send us over the top. There's no advantage back to that.
I think open station, every place is going on.
Yes, the recommendation based on the already.
Well, there's a big area, there's the park corner.
Yes, there's already a planted area right there.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean nothing special. Small time digging that foot there, we're actually positioned out there.
What's been the holdup is we had to take this to the legislature, believe it or not. The legislature has to approve allowing us to use boats out there, which they did. It does not become effective until July the 1st. We'll have to have a lease agreement made up. Anything else you can think of for this legislature? That's something we come back to council for that meeting, next June, so you need to be thinking out there. James will be talking about it, or you want to talk about it? Go ahead, you talk about it. You want to work about it.
Thank you, Chris.
James Thompson, I'm really Northern, I'm a EMT for Gulf County Indian. I'm a certified instructor in the National Army Research Program. I talked to the mayor a couple months back about the boat parties that we had in the late summer. And talked to him about the hay bales, basically, with the newer model boats, hay bales are not as effective signing for a party. Although we go completely through it, and it's still not been signed, cost me an error usually every time. We got the discussion of possible 3D targets. And I sat down with some friends with the West Virginia Bow Hunters Association, the Almost Down Archers, and I sat down and laid out a little plan for a bow range out there in the spillway area and also over in front of the dam. I know we're still going to hold with the which family population and even with them to get okay to put anything in there. I know they want nothing permanent mounted in the spillway due to the emergency flood channel. Nothing was going to be permanent and not going to be removable, but we have, with all my friends that I've talked to, they can't do a range that no one else has. There are other ranges in the area, but none of them want to. Most of the ranges are older. They're privately owned. I also sat down with the mayor and wrote up at least 10 regulations that would govern the range, everything from intentional destruction of our targets, where you would be held accountable and you would be required to pay for the destruction of our targets. I believe the attorney had a look at them, did he not, Mayor? Did I get this?
We talked about it, Mayor. We talked about it, sir.
But I sat down and looked at the entire range, and that's what the plan is I have there. The board is looking at. We have, I believe, approximately 13 targets I have laid out in a range, plus a kids area. That was one of the people that Cabela is willing to donate to the range. That was one of their stipulations, that we have to have a youth range, and I'm all for that, being a instructor. It was just basic safety, and I believe there was also a stipulation of whether or not we were actually allowed to shoot those within about 2 minutes. I was just bringing the plan for council to get your all's approval. If you all think this would be something that we could do, because we can even hold tournaments out there. Do 3D tournaments. I shot in many 3D tournaments, and most of them I'm going to Huntington to do. There's not any around here, basically.
These guys travel on a regular basis to shoot bows. We have already, Dallas has already agreed to donate targets. I think again, the Mountain has, the Moose has. We got some other people that I believe will donate targets to this. I think the cost is going to be, if any cost at all. So the response will be getting capital conservation to allow us to do it. And we are meeting with them to discuss it. According to James said that the Bow Hunters Association, the people come out there, said that could possibly be the best 3D boat target range in the state because the way and the way that's laid out up there.
That's the place to do it, Sunday, look, I think it's the other, practice.
It would be, one of the best mistakes, if not the best, because of the different angles, you shoot at different angles. Even I could be shooting like shooting out a tree stand. It's extremely popular. It's extremely popular, and it was just did notice that it's touching the lake at a very minimal cost.
I was just gonna say, when we go to those tournaments in Wild West, we're talking 20 and 30 people at like, I pay $15 a head. You got even kids. And all they do is at the end, like you'll have women, you'll have youth, you have bow hunters, you have different groups, and then you take that money that you got for each group and you give them so much money out of that money for their whoever wins. And they just go crazy because they're like, you know, they could win $20. I've won $5 before in Thanksgiving, you know. I'm like, well, I got sports on the night. But I mean, people come out and plus they have vending during those events, like hot dog sales and things like that, and people make killing doing that. I mean, it's a good opportunity to make a lot of money.
Is this sort of a walking trail? When you go ahead in the tournaments,
Yes, it will be.
I mean, but when you start on one end and then walk all the way through.
Yeah, the way it's designed, because it's hard for it to walk out the area of the dam, is you walk in, come around, loop, and then walk back out. And if you wanted to, you can reshoot the target so the way back out of the ground.
I didn't know if somebody could just walk up. I like to have big targets shoot it.
I know when I was in Southwest Nebraska waiting for my first time, I had a friend that they actually did Southwest Nebraska, and it was very well attended.
And very popular. The West Virginia Bow Hunters Association, right now, they only sit on them 1 year, and during summer, it's what they call spike season. Usually in Fayette County, they do it. I've talked to a few friends who are looking at a second location, and they just don't do bow hunting, they do fishing, trapping, all kinds of safety issues as well. And I think we can tie it into the lake as well.
I agree. So what we need a motion on is that we take these recommendations to the Parks and Rec Committee.
I'll second.
For approval, the report back to the next meeting. In the meantime, we'll look at the rules, the agreement that we need to have in place. And we'll make a recommendation back to council for next meeting, with these projections. Is there any questions or comments on that?
The only thing I'm concerned with is like you'll have initial donations, but then with use, the tournament will.
Most ranges are probably own their clubs, so you're already paying for them. Some of the public ranges that I've been in contact with over in Ohio, it's usually a donation they do that are in public land, and it's just one donation fee. But they say they usually get at least out of every 10 orders they have come through, they usually have at least 8 or 9 with a donation. You have that one to look on.
The only thing you're going to have to replace on the inserts, usually. The inserts they're pretty sturdy, but they do cost. I mean, they'll cost like between $50 and $100 to replace each insert.
Yeah, it shouldn't be shoot.
And you might even be able to get some places even to donate inserts. You know what I'm saying? Like all the time. So, I mean, it might take, 6 months or a year before you have to replace them, but, you just don't know.
Now, are these targets going to be assessed broadheads too?
No broadhead.
No broadheads.
That was one of our rules, no broadhead, no, if you're shooting the 3D targets, you have to shoot vitals on them. If you're caught shooting the head, the neck, legs, anything that you will get, if me or any of the other officers, we'll be at the league. We're going to have this new meeting.
Broad is just because of where they are to do that. It will tear us apart a lot faster. Okay, we got the motion on the floor in a second. Okay, all in favor of the motion, all opposed, that's unanimous. At the next meeting soon, Chris and James, we're going to put a committee together. I'm going to need a council person that is willing to serve on this Rise Our Lake Committee. We'll have citizens on it, and they can make recommendations if the committee agrees or recommended by the council agrees. But they will make recommendations to us about what needs done. Things to be done tonight. That will include dog farm and anything else. No, I'm going to have people call one to volunteer for that. This is a separate committee, and we're going to have money coming in, maybe, make a recommendation, maybe make a recommendation committee. That's what we're making. That is the biggest accomplishment, right? Like what you're seeing right here is what I consider the biggest accomplishment. Not all this work is going on today, but now we got citizens coming forward and starting to help. As a matter of fact, Chris, I want to give you this. You don't care to step up front here. What this says here is one of my favorite certificate of appreciation. I'm sending this to Chris. Chris is the one that got all these balls rolling with this stuff. And it says for taking the initiative and leadership role in making improvements to Rise Our Lake. And I appreciate that. I really do. Graduation meeting next week. I appreciate you guys.
I make a motion to nominate Bill Rayner for that committee.
Well, we'll do that next week. Okay.
Okay. Are we going to list that as a subcommittee?
Three of the time.
Subcommittee of Parks and Recreation, rather than having it all together.
All right. I appreciate it, guys. Nothing to do, John. Yes, sir. This is our budget revision for fiscal year 13, which we're putting up on June 30th. Basically, we're moving around each department, and so no department's going to be out of budget at the end of the year, which we call it a lot of time. So that's all we're doing, is moving money from one department to another. Do you entertain a motion to? Made a motion to accept the budget revision presented by John, and John has seconded. Any questions or comments on the budget revision? One of the revisions you see in there, and if I was asked by the I wasn't sure, for a meeting, John wasn't here, and $50,000, that's the amount of money we are under budget in landfill costs. Since we put that rule in place where people can't touch the trash now, so they day before pickup, and our recycling program, a lot of people recycle. In fact, we have to get more boxes when we start doing some vacation trips. I've also approached the public work guys starting to pick up trash at 5 in the morning, which I think will save us time and money for several reasons, and they are considering that now. We're about $50,000 over the budget just for our, and that's outstanding. That is outstanding. So we got a motion on the floor to accept the budget revision as presented by John. It's seconded. Any questions? Any other questions or comments? All in favor of the motion?
Looks to me like you penalize those departments that run the budget by making this project so money to the over budget.
That's right. I agree.
But you got to do it. But you do a good job of working on your budget, and
somebody else takes the vote.
They've done an outstanding job working on that. Attorney report, Mr. Brown.
Mayor, just to let council know, we're going to be scheduling some employment law training with Mary Beth for city employees. This is something we talked about at the beginning of the year, and we're going to undertake that and get that scheduled for everyone. Also, Teresa Kirk, the former director of the West Virginia Ethics Commission, rejoined our firm as a partner, and more than likely we'll be scheduling some ethics training for everyone. Not that anybody needs it, but it's always good to be refreshed on the rules and regulations there. And also, I just want to let council know that I have a lot of interaction with department heads, supervisory people at City Hall on a regular basis. Everybody's being very diligent, trying to make sure that the civil service rules are being enforced properly and equally among everybody. And I have a lot of communication that goes on practically every day with questions and making sure that we're trying to do the right thing and to follow our rules. So I just want to compliment everybody on that, what you know about that.
We appreciate your compliments, too. Anything else?
No, sir.
John? Age payables, total debt on May 31st was $63,913.72. Now that's payables, that's not zero for some police cars and fire trucks. Garbage cuts. That's our normal payables. Everybody got a payroll check register and an account payable check register. That's all I have, sir. I can't make a motion to accept the treasurer's report. Bruce made a motion, and Lauren second. Any questions, comments about the treasurer's report? All in favor of the motion? All opposed? I don't have nothing. Well, I do have one thing. John thought about it. The state bid contract has been changed. When they voted, what they voted to.
Yeah, I believe it in the newspaper, it was over to any expenditures over 25,000 has to be bid anew. They will not have statewide contracts for anything over that amount. It's all stems from that computers we have to routing. So, to the extent that the city uses statewide contracts in purchasing, you need to be aware of the fact that if we're going to say buying several vehicles, it's going to run that decision out separately. Decision out because there won't be a better one in the city. At least that's according to the newspaper article last Friday.
So I want you to check that and that's the answer.
I will. Okay.
That's all I got. Start with you, Dave.
No further comments.
I don't have anything except to thank Kristen Hughes for all the work on the lead project.
No, I just like looking away from that. I see you out there.
Yes, I was at the wedding at the late Saturday, and it was a graduation party and a wedding, and it was really trying to be busy, nobody was getting in anyone's way, and have young adults like these families here and working on this is very reassuring, and that it will keep up, and it's nice to have that people on. Thank you.
CBD, I'll be on the next agenda. Saturday.
Madam?
And I am excited with the project consumption very often. Something you will grab and you can take it all get counted into it. And that's one expected cost. You can take it that thank you very much for your work in this project. I just want to let everyone Larry Calvert passed yesterday, and Larry was at all the departments here in the city, and he don't have to go to the department. He's been a
participate in the committee, and that's just center. In his dissertation will be tomorrow evening, congregated at Home Church in Spring Beach, 11 o'clock, Thursday morning at the church.
Thank you, Brenda. John?
The Home Rule Committee met on May 22nd. We had two invited guests, delegates, staff, and Nelson. We had a rather wide-ranging discussion related to the types of projects to be accomplished under Home Rule, the financing projects, how the delegates might be of assistance to the Home Rule Committee, time and the city as a whole. The time sequence for developing the filing the necessary paperwork to apply for Home Rule, the use of consultants, and attending the program to be presented by the municipal league in August, relating to Home Rule, education, as well as just finding out what forms that are being applied. Committee did not make any decisions or decide what recommendations they might make to City Council at this time. We want to get more information so that we can do that, because the more we talk, the more we understood we did not know. We are going to be meeting on somewhat of an irregular basis, but to try and hone our thoughts on this and get more refinement. One other question that popped in my mind. I'm excited about this lake and the activity that's the lake. But a few times I've been up around and I do have a question. When was the last time it was dredged? And should it be dredged if we're going to have much more activity up there than saying all the geese that are floating around on it? Who knows what else?
You know, I've also got a conversation I've had, I'm sure these guys, if you go out there after a rain and see the mud coming in, this was from the settlement pond. It's amazing. That should have been 6 years ago. And it's going to cost some money to fix it. You need to look at it. I thought they ended it once. Yeah, about 10 or 15 years ago, wasn't it? Yeah, I thought they did some dredging in. Yeah, they did some dredging.
I heard they tried dredging one time, and City Council decided they didn't want to pay the operator of whatever the equipment was being used, they didn't want to pay him any of their costs.
I'll let Jay go maybe about 3 or 4 of those competitions. We'll get face. Yeah.
Well, in Santa Barbara with Reagan, they had a dredger down there, dredging down there. Maybe they could borrow it, bring it up here, something like that.
Yes, we did.
But I used to be on it, Peter just said he lost anywhere between 2 and 2.5 foot, lake out there, as soon as it's up, coming in. Like a deep part out there, right at 12 foot, right behind the water, everything. The rest of it was 5, 10 foot, all the way throughout. And it's good, actually, the highway, 2.5 foot, and one across it, that way you see the deer and stuff out there. He's lost anywhere between 2 and 2.5 foot, throughout that whole entire lake. I totally agree with you, as far as that it needs to be done. We might be ready now. If there's a hurt, we'll look at it. I can do a math, if we're doing that backwards, we should have read it before we started. So if we're going to dredge, we need to do it now before we move forward. But we start dredging, use it to slide away from the fish.
You know, we will look at it. I talked to Scott when I was down there.
And just a couple items. 2 weeks ago, we had a big celebration here on Friday, 27th, 28th anniversary of us getting our 501c designation so we could run the bingo. We had a lot of dignitaries show up, such as the mayor of Nitro, a member of the Vermont City Council, our county commission. We had a nice proclamation from the governor, Joe Moore Capital Center representative. Joe Manchin also sent a representative to talk, and we had well over 100 people, and a lot of good people suggest we should do it every week, but I don't think we can afford that. The other item I want to do is I want to congratulate the city of Nitro and the city council for being such advanced people, because all of a sudden now I see where St. Albans is now gonna start registering their empty buildings and start finding people. These people we're way ahead on that, so congratulations.
Have a picnic Friday.
Picnic Friday, yes, right.
Anybody else?
Black Street's beginning to recycle glass again, is that gonna be the same with city drugs, and how about plastic?
We already recycled plastic,
Not glass.
not glass.
You know, the article in the paper today says glass is a ruling proposition, I mean,
Yeah, it's hard, that's so heavy,
we can look at it.
I'll talk to AJ about it, I don't know.
I'm real careful about that.
You get cut on glass, you're in trouble. It's not that way.
Yeah, just two quick things, Mayor. The first is, just follow up from last council meeting. This will be the last time I raise this issue for council. It's regarding the CBD IRS revocation. The notice that, Mr. Young sent to the IRS stated that the CBD had moved 3 times, and that was possibly why the mailings didn't get to the IRS. I'm aware of 2 of the addresses, PO Box 395 and the 20th Street and 2nd Avenue. I was just curious what the third move was. Okay.
They went from the DFW building, or they went from here to the DFW building.
How long were they at the DFW building?
There's quite a few months.
Okay. And I just wanted to state for the record that in the CDB meeting of October the 6th, 2010, that the original IRS granting the 501c6 status to the Nitro Convention Visitors Bureau was presented to the CDB by Mr. Young according to the minutes of the meeting. So just wanted to make that part of the record. And then the only other thing that I had was I wanted to see what you as the mayor understand that there's some internal issues. This has been raised before council before. I believe before Councilwoman Elkins was a councilwoman, she brought an issue with unfair treatment within the fire department. I understand that there's 3, possibly 4 complaints that have already been filed, some for abusive conduct, some employees being followed while they're on duty. Just wanting to make council aware that there is an issue.
I'm aware. These are personnel issues, they are being addressed.
They were when Ms. Elkins brought it to council too, so I just wanted to make council aware.
Council wants to discuss it.
This is some not a decision, so we have to discuss it. I'm going to read it, sir.
Go ahead.
If y'all went by the bus line Saturday, you should been by there with all the cars in there. Bill can get that many cars in there. Only too much money.
I know, I'll tell you, how much money they raise for that?
I don't know, I talked to the guy today, he couldn't get any launching boat there or down at,
I was surprised they didn't get any replacement. That was kind of the problem that happened.
Yeah.
But that was absolutely fine. All right, got a motion for, these make us assured, Al second,